something big has happened. You know 50 cals, right? 50 cals, the huge sniper weapons, the accuracy weapons, the weapons that you can shoot very far, very strongly. If that bullet hits a person, there will no longer be a person, there will just be a red mist. And that weapon exploded in Kentucky Ballistics' face. Kentucky Ballistic is a gun tuber. I know you guys said no gun tubers, we want more history, but this is big. The video has gotten 10 million views over 4 days. He's injured badly, he's alive, yes, but we're going to watch what happened to Kentucky Ballistics. He was shooting his 50 cal. Every other day he's shooting his 50 cal, but boom, it exploded in his face. Have you ever had a 50 cal explode in your face? But before we go, my friends, as always, there are patrons left, patrons right, patrons up, and patrons below. We're going to name three names, three of the people of the patrons army who contribute to this channel. They are special, they're special to me, they have a special place in my heart. I'm very thankful for them. First of all, we have Gabe Crushes VR. I'm sure you do, Gabe, I'm sure you do. Thank you for becoming a Patreon. Secondly, we have Joe Bruzek. Joe Bruzek. I've talked to the dude, he sent me a package, also I'm receiving that very soon. Thank you, Joe, for supporting the channel, thank you for getting the merch, thank you for sending me a package, a true fan. Finally, we have Jared Matthews. Appreciate it, my friend, appreciate it. If you can allow it to yourself, consider becoming a patron, the link is in the description below. But now, let's see what happened to Kentucky Ballistics' face. Kentucky Ballistics.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and I'm gonna tell you about how my 50 cal exploded and I almost bit the dust about 2 weeks ago.
Oh! Did you see that? Oh my god! In America, you don't need to go to war to get a lot of stitches and to get injured. You just need to have a 50 cal and it needs to explode. This is crazy, what is this? How is he alive? Oh my god. If you don't know the dude, then I only recently also found out about him, don't worry. He's a gun tuber, he makes videos about weapons, he's American, that's his life. He shoots weapons, that's his hobby and life and work and everything, right? One of them failed him.
I know a lot of you are probably wanting me to explain my injuries, and I'm gonna do that, but I think it's best we start from the beginning. I know some of you are gonna try to skip around in this video. I highly recommend you stay tuned and listen to all of this. But for those who are gonna skip around, let me clear something up first. This was not the Barrett that we tortured tested, and this was a complete freak accident. There's nothing that I did to have caused this. So April 9th, 2021, we come out here to shoot a fire hydrant with some slap rounds using my...
As you do in America, for fun you shoot a fire hydrant with some 50 cal rounds to see what happens. Right, if you don't have an enemy, you just choose a fire hydrant. America, freedom.
Serbu RN50. So we have the Serbu RN50 with the 36-inch long heavy barrel, and we're gonna go ahead and go big or go home and start out with this. This is a 50 BMG slap tracer round.
Oh, it makes a big sound. Oh my god. I know, we all know what this is leading up to, and you hear the sound and you know it's eventually gonna explode in his face. This makes the sound even more horrible. I know this weapon because Demolition Matt also has the same weapon. They both use this weapon to shoot 50 cal. It's one shot. It's shoot and fire and reload and fire and reload. You just put the bullet in the hole, close the weapon, you shoot it, there's no magazine. Doesn't seem like a good design to me, but I guess it's cheaper than a real 50 cal, which is very, very expensive. I know Matt has one, but I don't know if he has one.
Tend to go a little to the right, so I aimed a little to the left, but this one actually hit true to where I was aiming. We hit right here.
It goes through,
you can see that thing is smoking. And then we blew right through the back of this thing. Everything was going pretty smooth. We shot the fire hydrant several times, but the slap rounds were acting a little funny. One of the slap rounds hit like 1.5 feet low and to the right. I say we hit it with one more slap round, but this time aim for the thickest part of the fire hydrant and see what happens.
Yeah, it shouldn't hit there. Muzzle flash is big, yeah? Oh, what's... Oh, hell, did you see the firebomb, man? Shouldn't be like that, should it?
was functioning normally, as it always has. I've been using this gun for a long time now, and I've never had any issues out of it. So before all this happened, we took one last shot, and it was actually really, really cool. The round was stuck out the back of the fire hydrant. This is a 50 BMG silver red tip armor piercing incendiary tracer.
Is it gonna happen now? Nope, didn't happen.
So we went through the top of the fire hydrant. Look at that. Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
That's cool.
Just stuck out the back.
Yeah.
After that, I decided I was gonna take one last shot with a slap round and try to hit the thickest spot on the fire hydrant. So before I loaded my last slap round, I know that there was no barrel obstruction because I literally found the round in the fire hydrant. But this last round that I loaded into my Serbu RN50 was a very, very hot round, and I had no idea. And there's really no way for me to have ever known that this round was as hot as it was.
Okay, we're gonna see what happens now. We're gonna see what
So here you can see me taking the last shell casing out, and now I'm loading in the slap round.
Okay. Okay.
I screw the cap on all the way, and the gun closes completely, and everything is functioning as normal. And one thing someone may mention is maybe I didn't screw the cap on all the way. Well, you can clearly see the cap is screwed on all the way, and this gun actually will not close if the cap is not screwed on all the way. So everything was functioning good on the gun. What I didn't know was the slap round that I put inside it was extra hot, and I had no idea. And there's really no way for me to have ever known. These rounds are extremely rare, and they're very old. They're like $100 a piece. These aren't manufactured.
$100 a piece. What the hell? It's expensive round. It's expensive in every damn way. It's an expensive round, and if it explodes in your face, this stuff is expensive in America, where you don't have free healthcare. You have to pay for all of that stuff, right? Oof.
Manufactured anymore, and really, there's no way you can really know what's happened to them over time as they've passed hand to hand. I was under the impression that these were genuine military surplus rounds and hadn't been tampered with. So now I'm gonna actually show you what happened.
Oh, okay.
It's not graphic. All the graphic stuff happened after the fact, and I'm gonna tell you all about that, but I am gonna show you what happened just so you can see what happened to me that day.
Okay, let's watch. Oh!
So when I pulled the trigger, the gun exploded almost immediately. So the first thing that went was this cap. And this cap is solid steel, and it is very, very heavy. If you look right here, the threads are sheared off of this gun completely. I spoke with Mark Serbu, and he said that normal pressures are 55,000 PSI. And for those threads to have sheared off and this cap to have just blown off like that, we're looking at over 85,000 PSI. So the cap blows off. It's kind of hard to put these on because of my little nose brace. I'll explain. But safety glasses are on, and this cap, you can see this little crescent here. This cap hit me right there.
Oh,
I'm not really sure which way, probably more.
He would have been blind from one eye if he didn't have the glasses. Wear your safety glasses, my friends. Wear them, yeah.
Like this, but it struck me in the face. When this cap hit me in the face, it broke my orbital bone in 3 spots, here, and here. It also broke my nose, and that's why I have this on. I've had to have facial surgery to repair all this. Here's the really bad part though. On this lower, normally there's these 2 ears that stick up right here. And this is what prevents you from closing the gun when the cap's not on all the way. If the cap is on all the way, it will fit perfectly right here with those ears pushed up against it. When the cap blew off the gun, it came straight back, shearing those ears off the lower. One of these is still at the hospital, and this is the one we found. This one zipped right past my head, went inside my hat, blew a hole through it, and took it off my head what appears 7 to 8 feet. Now the other one is what almost ended me. The other ear hit me right here in the throat. It proceeded to lacerate my jugular vein and then punctured a hole in my right lung. As for my hand, my best guess is this is what did it. In the video, you can see that the stock almost disappears instantly. I believe it came in a downward motion and hit my finger. You have your natural bend in your index finger. Well, this bone right here looked like a V. So my finger looked like a big W. So back to the lacerated jugular. I've now been hit in the throat, and I'm not really sure what happened because when this cap hit me in the face, I went blind in my right eye instantly. I have vision coming back now, and they say my eyes should make a full recovery. But in that moment, I went completely blind in this eye, and it was like I had been punched. And I went backwards, and I landed on all fours. A lot of you wonder who is behind the camera in my videos. This is my dad. His name is also Scott. If he had not been out here with me, that would have been it for me. He come running up and he let me know of my injuries because I was still in a daze. I've just been punched in the face by a big metal cap. And he let me know real quick that there was a hole in my neck and I was losing a lot of blood really fast. My dad shoved his thumb into my neck and said, "Put your thumb there." Now that I'm aware of what's going on, I took my left thumb, I took my shirt, wrapped it in my shirt, and I shoved it as far into my neck as possible. I was not aware that my jugular was lacerated, but I did know this is really bad. I have a law enforcement background, and I've been trained in injuries and wounds and gunshots and things like that. And I know very well that if you get hit in the neck, it's not good because you can't tourniquet a neck. After I had plugged the hole, I applied extreme pressure, pinched my head down into my hand, and made a run for the truck. So the truck here was right near us. There's a trailer attached. I had to run around the front. I jumped in the passenger seat. Dad jumped in, and we took off. And this all happened in a matter of seconds. I would say under a minute. We were in that truck and just hauling tail into town. Something I forgot to mention, this upper weighs like 25 pounds. And you can see in the video that it just gets thrown off the table. So much pressure came out the back of this upper that it launched it off the table. It's an insane amount of energy that was thrown into my body. So now we're driving.
He's truly lucky to be alive. His life was spared. People die from much less. Much less. Look at this damn line here. I mean, the big question is, after this kind of injury, is he going to continue shooting that same weapon? Is he gonna get a different weapon? How is he gonna... I don't think his situation with the guns is going to be the same, because if you get an injury like that, you're gonna be more wary or cautious. Even if he continues making these videos, which it's his life and his job, he will probably... I don't think he feels the same. I think every time he squeezes that trigger, is it going to blow in my face? Is it going to happen again?
Driving very fast into town. I am applying constant pressure to my throat, and I'm breathing very slowly, trying to control my heart rate, because the faster your heart rate, the faster you're going to bleed. My dad's driving, so I thought it would be nice of me to call the ambulance. My dad didn't agree with this, but I wanted to do it myself because I wanted to try and stay awake. I needed to be doing something to keep myself conscious. If you have an iPhone, there's this nifty little feature on the side here, and if you hit that button one too many times, it'll call 911. This can be kind of annoying when you're trying to shut off your alarm in the morning, but when there's a lot of bodily fluids on your phone and you can't open it, it comes in really handy. I got on the phone with 911 and I let them know what had happened and that we were coming into town and they were going to send an ambulance to meet us halfway. There were several times where I thought I was going to pass out. And I knew if I passed out that was gonna be it, because my dad's driving. If I pass out, who's gonna keep applying pressure to my neck to keep me from bleeding out? Times like this, you really need something to focus on, and I focused on my kids. I had their faces in my brain, and I just focused on them, and I fought as hard as I could.
He's a father,
I
I
stayed
didn't know that.
conscious the entire time. We met the ambulance halfway, they got me loaded up, and we took off towards the hospital. And like I said, I know that I was in a bad spot, and I don't know if you know this, but if your jugular is completely severed, you have 30 seconds. I knew that being hit in the throat, I may not have much time, but the closer we got to the hospital, the more my confidence built, and I thought, hey, maybe I'm gonna be all right. When I was in the ambulance, I asked them to cut my shirt off because I was having trouble breathing, and I thought maybe I'd been hit in the chest as well. They cut my shirt off, there wasn't anything there, but when I got to the hospital, they x-rayed me, and they said my right lung had collapsed because it had filled with blood, and that was from this little guy here puncturing my lung as well. So from there, they had to intubate me while I was wide awake, and I tell you, that is not fun. They take this long metal rod with a point on it, and they stick it through your rib cage, and it wasn't fun.
Oh.
After that, I was feeling a little better. I could breathe a little better.
I'm sure it wasn't.
And then they wanted me to take my thumb out of my neck, and I was like, we're not taking my thumb out of my neck. You just wrap it up with some tape and stay there. But they told me I had to take my thumb out of my neck. So they had a bunch of gauze and packing, and as soon as I pulled it out, they packed my throat. When I pulled my thumb out, that's when I saw my finger, and they said that I audibly said, oh, that's not good, because my finger looked like a big W. They informed me after that they were gonna have to life flight me to Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. Very, very good hospital with very, very good doctors. Obviously, I'm here making this video. Big shout out to Vanderbilt Hospital. You guys are the best. So now they're about to knock me out, and at this moment, I realized that this may be the last time that I see my wife or see my dad, because once they knock you out, you know, that's it. Either they're gonna fix you or you're not waking up. My wife had arrived. I called her in there, I held her hand, and we had words, and then I called my dad in to pray. And after that, I remember waking up in Vanderbilt Hospital, hooked up to every machine possible. I'm gonna throw some pictures in here.
Oh, God.
So they did a number on me. So you can see this cut here, and this actually goes all the way down to right here. To repair my jugular and my lung, they had to open up my chest completely. They cut me completely open, just like open heart surgery. They told me a guy my size should hold 6 to 8 units of blood, and total, from all the blood I lost from the initial injury and the surgeries, they had to give me 5 units. There was also a
Almost all of the blood in his body was exchanged because he's lost so much. So he has new blood in him. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react to this. I'm going through so much emotion right now. And also, not good with this kind of stuff. Let me shoot guns. Let me go to the forest. Let me be a soldier. But surgeries, don't like them. Don't like them at all.
There was also a chance that I could have had a stroke. To repair your jugular vein, they have to pinch it off. Well, your jugular vein supplies the oxygenated blood to your brain. So they can only pinch it off for so long. They pinch it off, they repair it, then after—
If your brain goes without oxygen for 6 or 5 seconds, you're brain dead. Your brain cells are going to die. You will pass out first of all, and then your brain cells are going to die very fast, and they do not wake up again. You're going to be a vegetable. So this is a game of seconds if we're talking about oxygen in the brain.
After that, when they open it back up, all that blood rushes into your brain, and there's a chance you could have a stroke. Praise God, I did not have a stroke as well. As for my hand and my face, they had to do surgery on that as well. I have pins in my finger to hold it in place. And like I said, they had to repair my orbital bone in 3 spots. As you can see, they cut me here and right here. And they also cut inside my mouth, all the way back here to the front, to be able to get to all of those spots. So I had a breathing tube in, but
inside your mouth. What? Maybe I shouldn't have watched this video. Oh my God. I'm very bad with this. graphic stuff. Really I am. Yeah, how funny. Estonian Soldier cannot, I mean, blood, very fine with me. I don't care about blood. Like, put me in the bath filled with blood, I'm fine with that. But cutting people open, like, and I can't do that. Just give me just blood, but don't cut people open. I don't like that.
I wanted to talk. I wanted to know what had happened to me and what was going to happen. Well, my nurse Cody, shout out to that guy, best nurse ever, brought me a dry erase board so that I could write and ask questions. I wanted to talk to my wife. Well, he would call her for me, and then I would write out what I wanted to say, and he would say it over the phone for me. And then
Oh my God.
talk to my wife. Also, I really wanted a mellow yellow. I was craving it so bad. When I was finally unhooked from everything, I remember sitting in my room, and he peeked his head in. He was like, "Can you eat and drink now?" And I said, "Yeah." And he handed me a mellow yellow. Coolest news ever. So for about 2 days, I had tubes coming out of the front of my chest, one tube coming out of my right side, and one tube coming out from behind my collarbone to drain everything around my lungs. Now to carry this little vacuum pack with me. They removed those really quick. I'm healing extremely fast. They kicked me out of trauma within a few days. This happened on April 9th, which is a Friday. I went home the following Saturday. There is
so fast. It's really healing really fast. I mean, we're talking about one day more than a week.
a lot more to this story when it comes to my injuries and everything that I had to do to overcome them. Long story short, I shouldn't be standing here. I should be 6 foot under, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So I know there's one big question that you're all wondering. What's gonna happen to Kentucky Ballistics, and am I gonna keep making videos? And the answer to that is absolutely. I'm not gonna quit doing what I love because of a freak accident. There's nothing that can keep me.
This is a motivational video.
I love what I do, and I appreciate every single one of you. I am healing at a Wolverine rate. I am healing so fast that really a lot of people have been kind of confused at how fast I'm healing. That's God, He's healing me quick. And I'm gonna keep making videos, and I cannot wait to get back out here. I have some videos planned, and I think you're gonna like them. It's gonna be some really funny stuff. Also, I know there's gonna be a good bit of you that wanna support me while I'm healing, and I really, really appreciate that, but I don't wanna do a GoFundMe or anything like that. If you wanna help me out, I want you to get something out of it too. So, we got some new shirts. The doctors told me that if it wasn't for this thumb, that I would have died. This thumb saved my life, and my wife came up with the same.
Just put the thumb in it.
And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. So that's what we're going with. We have just put a thumb in it shirts. I think
strangely sexually innuendo. Oh God.
These are awesome. And if you want to support me, there's a link in the description down below. They're available now.
Yeah.
Pick you up a shirt.
Woo! Kentucky Ballistics, man.
Ballistics.
Support
this is
Kentucky
not my normal
Ballistics.
content, and definitely not what you expected me to post this week, but this is something I felt like I needed to let you know. Again, this was a complete freak accident, and there's no way I would have ever known just how hot that round was until it was too late. So like I said, I'm healing really fast, and I'm gonna be back to it as soon as possible. But in the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for some pretty interesting videos I have planned and my update videos. Before I close this video, I just want to say how much I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for making what I do possible. And I know that the majority of you are going to be extremely supportive right now, and I really, really appreciate that. Don't forget, if you want to pick up...
Oh my God, I'm glad it ended well. I'm so glad I couldn't have handled a bad video today. He's alive, he's good, he's gonna make YouTube videos. Yes, and he appreciates every last one of us, as I do appreciate every last one of you. Let's all support him together. And my friends, I also use this moment. I want to thank you for supporting me. Also my editor, Sami from Finland. Also, if you like the editing style, put the comment out for him. He's doing a really great job on this channel. So just say appreciate you, Sami, or whatever you want to say, whatever you like about these videos. It's not me alone anymore, guys. Because of my depression, I'm not able to mentally edit these videos. I cannot do it. I cannot. So Sami is doing it for me. So if you like this channel, it's 2 of us now. My friends, thank you for watching, thank you for being a patron, thank you for getting the hats, the cups, you know, and the fish shirts. This is everything that keeps this ball rolling, you know. So if you want to appreciate this channel, just become a patron or get the merch. This is how this YouTube stuff works. It rhymed. And as always, my friends, until my next video, stay cool and bye bye.